Okay, so let's start from talking about the fact that up until a few months ago we knew that there was coronavirus, and there were lots of different types, but the novel coronavirus didn't exist, or we didn't know about it. Since we've been aware of what's been going on in China, it was inevitable that it was going to come here. So I'm not surprised by that, but I am surprised by the fact, by how much it has taken over our lives. I mean, definitely is going to be a big. There already is. We're seeing a massive change in how we're living our lives. We're being told to stay indoors, not to go to parks. And in terms of the actual hospital, we're constantly, the way we're working is completely changing. We're talking about isolation, we're talking about how to dress, we're talking about, we're looking at staff shortages, people who aren't able to come to the hospital because they're in isolation, stopping visitors. We're already seeing a dramatic change to our day-to-day life. So there are different types of suspected patients or proven patients. For the moment, when we are meant to be examining patients who are proven, it means getting completely dressed. That means wearing a hazmat suit, covering our face with a visor and a mask that's called an N95 mask, gloves. In terms of the suspected patients, it's wearing a mask, wearing a face visor. The cloak is a little bit different, and with gloves. But it involves constantly getting dressed and changing our clothes and being up to date on the guidelines of what's allowed and what's not allowed to be worn when approaching patients. There are a few different issues here. First of all, now there are no schools and there are no nurseries, and my two children are little. My oldest is only 6. And so my husband is having to look after them now every day, which means he can't go to work, or alternatively my sister's been helping. My parents are in the high-risk age group in terms of they're over 70, and they're also immunocompromised, and so they, despite wanting to, they haven't been able to help directly with our children. So yes, it's very difficult. In terms of, are they worried about me? I think my children are too little to quite understand, but my husband keeps reminding me every time I go out of the house that I have to make sure that I'm dressed properly when I see patients.